Yo, what it is, we back here at the locker room kickback on this good Thursday, man. Where you come from the sports, the culture, and the hot takes. The Knicks versus Spurs. So let's get into it. Obviously, game 3, the Spurs did exactly what I said they should have did this whole series. Wemby, stop shooting so many threes. Castle, you can't not have 5 fouls. Fox did a little better in game 3, but let's say the Spurs won game 3 because they stuck to the game plan and didn't get it. Like I said, Wemby going 2 for 4 from 3, that showed they made an adjustment. Castle did have 4 fouls. I said if you don't have 5 fouls, they win the game. Game 4, an amazing game, right? I see a lot of y'all got on me in the comments when I said that the coach was trash. These boys choked, period. You up 29 points, and you lost this game. Like I said the last game, I'm blaming the coach. Castle, 5 fouls in this game. Last game that they won, he had 4 fouls. I see a lot of y'all got on me in the comments when I said I said that Mitch Johnson wasn't a good head coach, and y'all got on me in the comments. This proves how bad of a head coach you is. 29 points in the finals, the largest comeback in NBA Finals history. They down 29 points. The New York Knicks comeback. This image is a prime example of why they choke. Wemby, why do you keep shooting all them threes, bro? He's shooting threes that are too high of a volume to not be making them. He shot 4 last game. In game 3, they won. This game, Castle has 5 fouls. He didn't even get to play that majority of the game. That's what I'm saying. It's about coaching. You cannot have your players out there playing like crash dummies. The Spurs choked terribly. Brunson, 30 points. OG Anunoby, 30 points. He should be arrested. How many people lost money messing around with this tonight? Fox, why would you lay the ball up there? Bro, Fox ass, bro. That play that you make, how do you make that play with 10 seconds left in the game? You try to lay the ball up when all you had to do was hold the ball for a foul? Game 3, he passed Harper the ball right before they were going to make him shoot free throws. It's like giving like you're scared to shoot the free throws. So why would you lay it up? Why, Fox? It's 12 seconds left in the game. You are up 1 point in the bonus. Why would you try to lay that up? I'm so confused, Fox, on why you did what you did, bro. It seems like you're shaving points. That's why you should be arrested. It really seems like you're shaving points, bro. Why would you lay the ball up right there? You dribble the ball out. Bro, y'all putting all this pressure on Wemby. He gave y'all a 29-point lead. And then you do this? This is literally pulling your pants down and shitting on. Fox, you should be arrested by what you did. They need to look into your gambling. And we're going to talk about gambling later in the show, but they need to look into your gambling, Fox. Like, I don't know if you got any money problems or I don't know, but bro, what you just did, you should be arrested for. You should be arrested, Fox. Yes, you should be arrested for laying the ball. So I'm going to ask my people out there, if you were De'Aaron Fox, would you lay the ball up or would you run the clock out? That made literally no sense. They're showing you that they wanted way more than San Antonio. How do you lose up 29 points? If you win 2-2, now we're talking about a series. Now you down 3-1. What, you going to be LeBron? Huh? You finna pull up LeBron? Are you going to pull up LeBron? Because we don't know nobody to come back from 3-1 but LeBron. So, and it's crazy because in every game that you're up, you won the first quarter in every game. This is Mitch Johnson. Mitch Johnson is not a good coach. He got lucky. So just by the fact of grace and God, he got a job with a team that he can't run, can't manage. You got Fox, Castle, Harper, Wemby, and you're down 3-1. If you lose to the Knicks in 5 games, I think you call for his job. Maybe you go get Pop and pay him some more money and ask him can he come back. Maybe you go get Tim Duncan with the tallest guy in the NBA. Y'all guys couldn't figure it out. So don't act like we coming for you. Bro, you got millions of dollars. So the Knicks did a great job by not having many turnovers tonight, even though they were getting blew out the whole night. OG Anunoby was going crazy. Brunson was still going crazy. Bridges, they gave up 4 first-round picks, and he had 2 points this game and 2 points in the last game. The Villanova boys, Josh Hart got buckets tonight. He had a big night, but nothing could have been greater than the tip. Nothing could have been greater than the tip, boy. So shout out to New York City. I did say that they were going to win in 5. I said 6, but if not 5. Knicks up 3-1. What you gonna do, Spurs? What you gonna do? So we're gonna talk about this guy right here. His name is Ben Sorsby. For the sake of this clip, right, we're gonna call him QB because I don't want to keep butchering his name, right? Funny thing about this guy here, he goes to Texas Tech, quarterback of the university, right? From his freshman season to his senior season, he has placed over $90,000 in bets on himself for his team to win. I would say that he's not betting on his team to lose, but he's betting on his team to win per se. This is not allegedly. He's confessed to this. The NCAA first ruled him not eligible to play, right? In the state of Texas, remind you, he goes to Texas Tech. In the state of Texas, 4 judges overruled the NCAA. The funny thing about that is, this young man, the 4 judges that ruled against what the NCAA said, all are 4 Texas Tech alumni. Yeah, the 4 judges that voted on his case are all Texas Tech alumni. And that shows you the world we live in. Chauncey Billups went to jail for quote-unquote gambling on games or whatnot. Terry Rozier is going through the same thing right now. The kids at Alabama State, they're ineligible to play. They bet they were getting money, $2,000 to play bad. So I guess what they're going to say is he was at least betting on himself to win the game. 4 Texas Tech judges to overrule his case, it just looks a lot fishy. So are we going to set the precedent that if you bet on yourself in college football, you're allowed to play? If Jeremiah Smith did this, would it be okay? I mean, I know they're not saying it's okay, but they're saying it's okay because they allow him to play, especially after the NCAA already said he wasn't going to be able to play. Then you got 4 judges in Texas that are all Texas Tech alumni rule him to play. All he has to do is miss 2 games, and he bet, remind you, over $90,000. So how much did he win? They didn't say that part. $90,000 in gambling money, that's a lot of winning if you won. I don't know what type of precedent the NCAA is trying to set with this one, but it doesn't look good. It's real nasty, real messy. Yeah, I don't know how the NCAA even get overturned, and then 4 judges from all Texas Tech, how they don't see that as, like, there has to be some type of corruption in that. I don't know, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's just, they seen it different. But we're going to pivot off that into some more college football topics. I want to talk about my early pick for Heisman, my team to win the national championship, and my dark horse team as well. So this picture right here is released. These are the Heisman candidates for next season. First, I'm going to say Jeremiah Smith, obviously the best wide receiver in college football, is my favorite to win Heisman off rip. Well, I would say Julian Sam, matter of fact. I would say Julian Sam first and Jeremiah Smith second. They go hand in hand. Jeremiah Smith can only do so much because they got 2 guys guarding him all the time, but he's still going to do his thing. But if he has a Devontae Smith type of season, then he can get a Heisman. Julian Sam, as long as he has a high percentage like he did last year, some touchdowns, maybe 40 touchdowns and 4,000 yards, that can get him a Heisman as well. Arch Manning, I know a lot of people, he let a lot of people down last season, but if you really go back and look at his stats, he actually played a good season. I think that we were just so high that we wanted to see, Heisman fresh out the gate. Well, I don't know why, because Texas has always been ass. We always watch Texas ass. So I don't know why we thought Texas and Arch Manning was going to come out the gate swinging. Arch Manning never even played against nobody but ULM. So, yeah, I don't know why we were so high on him, but I know why we were so high on him at the same time. But anyways, Arch Manning is low-key my favorite to win Heisman. If he has the season that they say he can have, or that I say he can have rather, then he can do it. Arch Manning can do it. He's got this receiver from Auburn. He's a guy. He's a dude. They got some guys. Texas spends so much money. They got all that oil money. Obviously, they can, do whatever it takes to get players on the field. So, yeah, Texas is kind of like one of my favorites to win a national championship. If Arch Manning has a Heisman candidate season, this is my statement. If Arch Manning has a Heisman candidate season, then Texas will be in a national championship. Yeah. My favorite to win a national championship, on first glance, well, obviously, like I said, it'll be Ohio State. Why? They have the best player in college football, which is Jeremiah Smith. Argue with your mom, but don't argue with me. Jeremiah Smith is the best player in college football. I'm not arguing that. The second thing, they have one of the best coaches, the best defensive coaches in football. They got him, we bought him from New England Patriots. We won lots of Super Bowls with Bill Belichick. Ryan Day, I'm not really like a big Ryan Day guy, but Ryan Day know how to recruit, so I'll give him that. Or he knows how to hire guys who do know how to recruit, so I'll give him that. But yeah, obviously Ohio State's one of the best teams in college football, so I got to pick them first. And my second team to win the national championship, so it would be Texas. Like I said, if Arch Manning has a great season, then I think Texas can pull it out. My dark horse team, though, what many people won't be expecting, is LSU. I hear that they got Ed Orgeron to work with Lane Kiffin. So if the rumors are true that they teamed up and they do got the quarterback from Arizona State, Sam Merrill or something of that nature. So, and they got Colorado old lineman who was ranked one of the best left tackles in football. LSU might could do something. So that's my dark horse team, LSU. But my two favorites to win it is Texas and Ohio State. My Heisman candidate is Julian Sand, Arch Manning, Jeremiah Smith. Yeah, that's what I'm ride with. Everybody else, they'll choke. And I'm not. And you will say like I mentioned the Tony or any one of these guys. Well, first of all these quarterbacks up here, I don't believe. If I didn't say your name, that means I don't believe in you, right? And most of these teams up here, they usually they're gonna do it. They're gonna make a lot of noise and then they'll lose. So yeah, most of these teams up here, they'll win a lot of games, and then they'll lose. So why I didn't say a Tony, maybe one of the top 3 and not 3 receivers in college football, right? But I don't know. I don't think I believe in Miami as this is a unit. I don't know. Miami doing some great recruiting though, bro. I heard they're finna get Bryson Wright. Oh, I see that that's a favorite of one of his favorite schools. No Cut Nick was also interested in Miami. Miami's been doing some great recruiting, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Even on the defensive side of the ball, Miami's doing a lot of great recruiting. I keep disrespecting Miami, and they're gonna show me. They're gonna show me. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I don't know why I left Tony off the list. I just don't think he's going to be able to put up enough for Heisman. But I do think he will have a ball out season, though. I think he'll ball out. So yeah, that's my takes on that. So let's switch over to the NFL with Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. Obviously, people want Shedeur Sanders to play, right? And my question now is, do we want Shedeur Sanders to play because it's Deion's son, or do we want Shedeur Sanders to play because he's actually that guy, In the beginning, I did want Shedeur to be the quarterback, and I still want him to be the starting quarterback, right? But I think Deshaun Watson has to start. Why? If you're paying him $50 million, this is not an if. This is what they're paying him. They're paying the man $50 million, man. He has to play. I have to see what you could give me. Now that you're healthy and available to play, we're putting talent around you, I have to see what he can offer me. So off that simple fact alone, Deshaun Watson is going to be the starter. What if you put in Watson, Watson plays good? He's on a one-year deal, so are you going to re-sign him for another $50, $40 million? That's the risk that the Browns are going to take this season. If they start Deshaun Watson and he wins 11 games, then we got to negotiate paying you again. I know Deshaun Watson has to start. Why? Because you're paying him so much money. So off the simple fact, Deshaun Watson is going to be the starter. And the fans got to deal with that. Shedeur, as good as he is, he must be making a little mistakes in practice because he hasn't shown that he is a phenomenal quarterback in the coach's eyes, right? Because if you're phenomenal, then I would have to put you in. So he might be just showing that he's good enough and he could potentially be a great quarterback. But as of now, he looks just as good as Deshaun Watson. So, and this is what the coach is saying. Because obviously he looked just as good as Deshaun Watson because he hasn't named a starter. So, who I think is going to start at the beginning of the season, I'm going with Deshaun Watson will be the starter of the Cleveland Browns. Not saying that Shedeur won't get a shot, but if Deshaun Watson gets in there and plays good, which I believe is going to happen on the low-key. I low-key think that Deshaun Watson is going to have a good season, and Shedeur might not get a chance to play. If Watson did win more than 10 games or 10 games or more Would you resign him, and how much would you resign him for? Would you pay Deshaun Watson if he won more than 10 games, and how much would you pay him? Those are my questions to the people out there, right? Yo, so here we go. We back again with out of pocket, right? What is my out of pocket take this week? My out of pocket take this week: more sports players than we know or than we believe to know are betting on games. There's a lot of betting on games that they try to act like we don't know. All of these sports leagues are now starting to seem like be. Baseball is something we're going to get into more, because the other day I seen that the baseball score is 18-3. I seen today the Dodgers beat somebody 12-3. Why are these baseball scores so high? I'm just saying, it's something going on with sport, especially college football. The dangerous part about college football is everybody has a homeboy, right? So say if you're the quarterback of a big university and I'm your best friend, you can tell me, hey, yeah, we're going to be throwing the ball a lot, and yeah, take the over on the throw. It's just this is a dangerous game we're in right now. There's way too much money into sports for not the commission and for not Vegas, for all these people to be gambling on the games. They're all in on it. This stuff is not, it's not real. Like, I'm not saying that the players are in on it. I'm not saying that everybody's in on it. But somebody is controlling something, because it's too obvious at this point. There's too much malarkey going on. There's too much going on. All this stuff looks rigged. It look B, I'm not gonna lie. Everything looks B. Take the under, you lose. Take the over, you lose. No matter what, everything seems rigged. And I'm sure a lot of you can agree with this. When I put this out, I know a lot of people will agree here. My out-of-pocket statement, which I don't feel is out of pocket, is that sports have found their way to either rig it or these players are rigging it too. And I guess there's too much money involved for them not to get in on it. So, yeah, that's my out-of-pocket statement. All these sports are now becoming rigged. Yeah. So, we're going to get into kickback picks. This is a new part of the show. What is kickback picks, right? This is where, in the next game, I pick the winner of the game, the score of the game, and the MVP of the game, right? I did say that the Spurs were going to lose in 6 or 5 games, right? My first statement was 6. So with that being said, San Antonio will win Game 5. That's my winner. San Antonio wins Game 5, 106-93. Obviously, Victor Wembanyama, curveball. De'Aaron Fox is going to score 30. I don't know. That's just came to my mind. De'Aaron Fox is going to score 30. So he'll be MVP of the game. He's going to somehow go off next game, right? Spurs for the win. 106-96. Change the score. 106-96. They win by 10. De'Aaron Fox balls out of his mind, and he gets off probation. He gets off the players' watch list, right? Those are my kickback picks for the next game. All right, man, I want to thank y'all again. Thank God for all this. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below what you want me to talk about. Any hot topics, where I was wrong, where I was right. Like I said, once again, we at the Locker Room Kickback. Thank you. Thank you. Much love.